My mind is literally bursting with information from Tokyo Game Show 2016, and there's a lot to cover. So if you guys make it to the end of this video, well done you. Now, before we get started, I just want to give a brief, and I do mean brief, roundup from Tokyo Game Show 2016 as a whole. The event that took place between 4 to 6 days, depending on your outlook of stuff. So the event itself, there wasn't any games there that I was hyped about, you know what I mean? I've never really been into Final Fantasy before, as much as a lot of you might think that that's blasphemous in some way. It's just never been my type of game. And as far as the other games that were showcased there, it just wasn't for me. So I kind of missed a lot of it. I just seen a lot of people posting videos, and I'm looking at these videos, if I go into these videos, of course, and just thinking, this just isn't for me, But the thing, or rather the two things that I was looking forward to the most from this event was, of course, Resident Evil 7 information and Metal Gear Survive information. Now, before I go into the Resident Evil 7 aspect of things in terms of Metal Gear Survive, if you haven't watched my reaction video to that, go and look at it now, because you might be thinking, this guy wants to bum it, this guy wants to fuck it, this guy wants to enjoy Metal Gear Survive. Not entirely the case. I'm interested in the gameplay side of things. I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan, and I've touched on it before in my reaction video, but this is all going to be about Resident Evil 7. But I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched the trailer, or rather the gameplay footage for Metal Gear Survive that was showcased at TGS. So if you want to see a reaction to that, let me know down in the comments. Now, before I get started, I want to give a few shout outs, and I've got a list here of things I want to cover for you guys. Otherwise, if I don't, I'm just going to be and that's not going to be entertaining at all. So we're going to start off with, oh, my glasses have gone all sparkly, and now they haven't. Now they have. Do I look scary, guys? No, you don't, Dan. Get on with it. Okay, my first shout out then is to Mr. Dragonhawk297, who is the inspiration for this video in terms of the roundup side of things. So thank you very much, buddy. There's a shout out for you. Also, Tony Correa from Facebook, who had a bit of an interesting theory, which I'll touch upon later. And also Psychedelic Snake, which I'll be expanding on, or rather challenging, maybe a combination of the two, some of his theories later on in this video. If you haven't checked Psychedelic Snake out, I do urge you to do so. I'll link his channel down in the description bar. So now I'm going to be rounding up the Resident Evil 7 portion of the TGS 2016 event, and I'm going to start with the actual demo playthrough that they did for the conference side of things. And I want to start by talking about the girl who was playing the demo. My God, this when I was watching this, I thought two things. One, is she really that scared? She looked absolutely fucking shit scared. And then the other side of me was thinking, is this just an act, just to like kind of hype the game even more? Has she got someone in her ear, in a little earpiece, saying, react to that, be scared of this, do this? That's a really bad Japanese accent, and I apologize. No offense intended there. But, it just got me thinking, you know what I mean? I mean, there's a part in this bit where when the trailer came up, when she finished playing the demo, the recent trailer came up, and you know that part where Lucas is throwing stuff at you, like from the table? She was doing all this kind of shit. I was thinking, come on, that is so overreacting, man. I don't know, but I kind of found it funny. The Japanese, man, they're a crazy bunch of kookies. Anyway, moving on from this then, a lot of people said that there wasn't much information from this event, and I have to agree, but there were little bits there that I haven't really seen anyone mention. And I'm going to start off with the fact that when you get captured, let me bring up my list here. When she got captured a couple of times, it comes up with, you failed. And that kind of upset me a little bit. It's a very, very small nitpick here. But, I miss the days of you died, with like music coming through, like really eerie music. Even You Are Dead, but more especially You Died. That was just unique. You died, you know what I mean? But to have You Failed seems a bit anticlimactic. You know what I mean? So, that was something that we saw. It was kind of confirmation in a sense. I know that people have actually played this prior to this at, a couple of events. But, it's a bit of a, There's a bit of a nitpick there. The other thing that I want to mention, and I'll bring up was the, let's see, the paper puzzle. And again, a lot of people have played this portion at events, but it's the first time I've certainly seen this, and I thought it was a really cool and fun puzzle to have. The lady who was playing it, or the girl, depending on your outlook, was tasked with getting what looked like a paper mesh, something like that, holding it up against a wall and turning it so that it formed the shape of a spider. I thought that was really cool, kind of original. I've never seen anything like that before personally. And another thing that I heard previous to this demonstration, about a week or two ago, is that at any point, Marguerite or even Jack, maybe Lucas, could come in at any point of you doing a puzzle, and that adds a lot of tension to it, and I love that aspect. It's very, very cool. So there's going to be a lot of moments where you're just about there, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, and you've got to run away. I really like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now we've also got some new DLC details that have just come through as well. And the first portion, which will be available at launch, will be 4 short stories. So that's going to be interesting. The second portion and the third portion to be released will all center around an additional episode. So if you have any thoughts about this, again, sound off down in the comments section. Personally speaking, I'm not too sure if this will hinder the actual main game. I would hope that these wouldn't really affect the story that much. They just bring out maybe an additional segment that would be a bit like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that makes a bit of sense. You know what I mean? Nothing that will, hinder anyone who doesn't buy these pieces of DLC's experience. So I imagine there might be, found footage tapes, at least the last 2 portions of DLC in the list that was released. So, a lot of people might think that this is another cash grab, and essentially it is. All DLC is another cash grab. But if they will go through with this, what I want to say is that when they go through this, I hope it means something in some way, but not too much, so that people who don't buy it, like I said, don't get the real experience that, we deserve. Will I be buying it? Fuck yeah. But, it's Resident Evil. There's not much I won't buy in terms of Resident Evil DLC. Although I didn't buy a lot of the versus mode, for example, in Resident Evil 5. I was just like, I could do without that. It didn't really affect the story. In terms of the actual gameplay with Chris and Jill from Resident Evil 5 exploring the mansion, yeah, definitely. I was glad I did as well, and that was quite fun. But in terms of this DLC, we'll see how it goes. But again, let me know what you think down in the comments. So next, we've got a mobile game. Yay! The fuck, Capcom? I mean, I don't know if I should expand on this even more, but a lot of people, including myself, were a bit like, apparently there was some news that there was going to be a big announcement at this event, and it turned out to be this mobile game. This is the equivalent of almost reaching climax, and okay, so for the younger audience there, let's change the example. Let's say you go to Burger King, right? You go there for a nice big burger, and you buy it. You see it being served to you, you get down on your table, you smell it, you love it, all that kind of crazy Schneiders, and then you unwrap it, you look at it and you think, this is great. And then you pick it up, you go to take a big bite of that burger, and then it gets taken away from you. That's what it kind of felt like. And it's just some kind of retelling, or not retelling, but what is it? It's a retake, I guess. Yeah, it's a retake of the original Resident Evil game, but in the style of some kooky, 60s Japanese manga or something like that? I mean, the fuck? I don't know. But aside from that, from what was released / leaked, we've got these pictures, which I provided for you guys, as well as other channels as well. A lot of pictures that were included in the trailer, as well as some other stuff as well. We got some glimpses, we got some new pictures of a item box, and we've got a sound snippet from the item room area, so that's pretty cool at least. It's little bits of information here and there, but the inclusion of the item boxes is final. It's been apparent now, it's confirmed. which is a good thing. It's old school Resident Evil, and it's going to bring about that tension. What do I take? Do I take this? Do I take that? How often are you going to be able to get to these item boxes? Are these item boxes going to be linked like they were in Resident Evil 1, in Resident Evil 2? I don't think they were in Resident Evil 0. I haven't played that game for a long time. Again, if I'm wrong on this one, let me know down in the comments. But even so, that tension it will bring will be phenomenal. Right, now, we've also got the newest trailer that was announced, which I did a reaction video for. And a lot of people liked it. I'm glad you did. It got quite a lot of views, from my channel, and it got quite a lot of likes. So thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. But there were a lot from this trailer. There was a lot of stuff in this trailer that I hadn't touched upon. And you know what it's like. If you're a content creator on YouTube or anything like that, you want to get it all out. You shut down. You go out to make some soup, a cup of coffee, your lunch, whatever, and you're like, fuck's sake, I forgot that. That happens to me a lot. So I'm going to touch on that for you guys now. First of all, the dialogue. The dialogue in this game is superb. And this is just something that I missed from my reaction video, because it took my breath away. But anyway, dialogue. It's superb. It really is. There's not a lot of dialogue that I can get totally engrossed in when it comes to computer games. Now, a little story about myself. I'm very analytical. When I'm not engrossed in something, I could be very analytical and critical as well. So, for instance, if I'm watching a film or a box set of a series, if I'm not totally engrossed in it, I'll be thinking about the cameraman behind the lens, why he's choosing to move this way. I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking at the actors, why are they saying these lines? I'm looking at the script as the lines are being said by the actors. I hate it about myself, I really do. It's because I'm just not engrossed in it. But when this trailer came out, I wasn't thinking that at all. It just felt authentic. It felt real. And I want to touch on a couple of lines now. The first line, without a doubt, has to be Jack Baker's line. It's not going to be a line a lot of people, if anyone really, has touched on before. But before you get force-fed, whatever the fuck it was, intestines or whatever, he says, your boy's got to have his supper. And then he goes and grabs it, and he's like, come on, boy, let's do this. Come on, come on, come on. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, yes, so, but this could have simply been, your boy's got to have his supper. Come on, boy, let's do this. But the fact that it was just strung out. So it was like, come on, come on, come on. Do you know what I mean? It got faster, a little bit faster as he was saying it. It just felt more real. I love dialogue like that. I love dialogue like that. I really do. It's just authentic. And moving on to Margaret Baker, oh shit, he's not eating it, Jack. He's not eating it. You're a son of a bitch. You're not eating it. It's just, there's a lot of heart to it. You know what I mean? And even with Mia's dialogue, you know what I mean? She's panicked. She's scared out of her shit, and it's just a testament to the writing. And on that subject, the writer for Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, as I'm sure a lot of you know this, and I've been told this before, so it's not something that I knew beforehand. I've been told this by a few people. Is the writer for Fear and Spec Ops: The Line. Now, I've played a bit of Fear. I don't remember not liking it, but then again, I don't remember really enjoying it. I think I rented it, so I didn't really complete the game. I played like the first couple of hours, something like that. But I did play... No, I didn't. I didn't play Spec Ops: The Line. I did watch a lot of Spec Ops: The Line. That's what I want to say. I've watched a lot of gameplay, and I've watched a lot of the cutscenes, including the ending. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything here, but what I can say is that the dialogue in Spec Ops: The Line is fantastic. The story is fantastic. The morality in it is fantastic. It's really good. Now, what have we got here? We've got great graphics in this game. We've got great characters in this game. It looks like we're going to get great gameplay in this game. When you combine that with the writing, the possibility of the story being really good. I mean, we're all doing theory videos at the end of the day because we want to know more, do you know what I mean? Which means we're really interested in it. If you combine the graphics, the story, the characters, the design, the sounds, the music, which all looks great at the moment, you've got yourself one fuck of a good game coming up in January 24th. I'm sorry, but... Okay. When E3 came out, 2016, the first trailer came out, I said to you, And when the Lantern gameplay trailer came out, I said to you all, I've got my guard up. I always do. My guard was up there. That's the very bottom. That's the very top. It was high, guys. It was right at the very top. My guard right now, about there. It's looking pretty good. The dialogue just really struck a chord with me. So, yeah, in terms of that, that's something I wanted to bring to your attention, just how I felt about it. And again, let me know what you think about the dialogue in the comments section. And lastly, in regards to the trailer, the parts that I missed, I want to talk about Lucas getting his arm stabbed and then sawed. In my reaction video, you saw it, guys. When he got stabbed, I was like, whoa, shit. But when Jack started to saw Lucas's arm, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. It really took me by surprise. It really did. It was fucking brutal. But why did he get his arm stabbed? I noticed when re-watching this trailer that before he gets stabbed, he goes to grab something over Jack's side, whether it's on his plate or something else. If you look at that trailer, he literally goes to grab something after he says, "Dumb son of a bitch, wouldn't know good if it hit him." And then he goes to grab something and then he gets stabbed. So I don't know what that's about. I'm not saying it's an important factor, it's just something that I missed. I thought at first that Jack was like, oh fuck it, I'll just stab him, which was kind of a bit like, okay, you're a bit of a nutter. But it looks like that there was a reason to it. I don't know. And now we're going to be talking about theories, more specifically other people's theories, and then I'll delve into my own personal theories as well. And for this, I'm going to have to bring up the old list, so it's going to make me look scary again. And we're going to start off with Tony Correa's theory. Now this was just today of me making this video. So today is the 19th, and we're going to be taking this from the same scene as we were talking about earlier, from the dinner scene. And Tony Correa said he's got a theory. It's only a small theory, but it's kind of an interesting one. Are they eating Andre at the table? And I thought, shit, I didn't even think of that. You know, you got to consider this might be a possibility. We had the snapshot, the second picture that was, well, it was released, wasn't it, of the entirety of the Baker family, and you've got that guy sitting down at the table with them, hands behind his back. Now, a lot of people say that that's Andre. I think it is Andre, isn't it? I'm still confused about this. Can someone clarify this to me? Because I thought it was you. It looks a bit like Andre. Just clarify this for me, because I'm just like, I don't know. But if it is Andre, it would kind of make sense in a way, because it's kind of disturbing, because he's there just like down. You don't see anything like wrong with him. He's not got his guts out there. But, you know, it's an interesting theory. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's right or wrong is irrelevant. It's just an interesting theory that I heard. And the fact that, you know, Jack Baker and Margaret Baker is trying to feed it to you, you know, I made that for him. You know, it's quite disturbing. And on to Psychedelic Snake's theory about that this food could be infected, and that they seem adamant that you should eat it and perhaps join the family in their infected, their infected ways. And also, I want to bring up the fact that Psychedelic Snake made the interesting theory that Jack Baker could be the next Nemesis. Now, this is a very interesting theory, and not one I'm going to write off at all. A lot of people want to go with this theory, and I can see why. I'm not saying that I disagree with this, but I'm also not saying that I do agree with it. It's a long shot, just because Jack Baker comes through the wall with his shovel. And a lot of people saying, well, you can do that with a shovel. You know, it's a very interesting point. And then he grabs you from the car, he just won't stop, kind of thing. But that was one scene. It's one scene. You know, in terms of the theory itself, is it sound? Yeah, it could be sound. But let's just flirt with the idea that it actually will be the case. If it will be the case, I don't think it will be restricted to Jack Baker. This is my additional input. I don't think Psychedelic Snake touched on this, but I think that if we're going in that direction, it could be the same thing for Marguerite and indeed Lucas as well. These guys don't seem to feel pain. With the arm stabbing, with the fact that Jack Baker's on fire, no effect, you know what I mean? So it's very likely, this might not be likely just for the pure fact that that might be one scene and that's it. But the fact that this family is adamant to keep you in there, maybe, you know, who knows? Who knows at the end of the day? But it's an interesting one. So I thought I'd give my 2 cents in regards to that one. Now, on to my updated theories. Right. Now, in my first theory video for Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, I touched upon the fact that the theme for this game is family. The theme is family. It seems to be. Welcome to the family, son. Meet the family, meet the Bakers, you know what I mean? There's a family-oriented aspect here. And what I'm about to say, you know, I don't think it's unheard of. I don't recall anyone ever saying this at all, or thinking about this. But let's look at the facts here. Ethan and Mia are married. That's pretty much fact as I know it. Now, I think that there's a strong possibility, drum roll, again, I think I'm the only one who's thought of this in terms of bringing it out to you guys. I'll get onto it. I think that there's a strong possibility that Mia is related to the Bakers. Now, in the last 2 trailers, Mia has said the following, and I've got a whole list of them here. I know I shouldn't have lied to you. There's so much you don't know. If you get this, stay away. Can't get caught again. So that says to me a possibility of, I didn't tell you anything because I didn't want you to know about these fucked up people, what they're into maybe, you know, something like that. And also the taglines, meet the Bakers, meet the family, meet the parents. That's where I stand on this at the moment. I think it's a strong possibility that Ethan is indeed, well, the Baker's son-in-law. Which is why, if it is Ethan at the table in that actual trailer, forget about the pictures at the moment, if it's Ethan at the table, which I believe it is, you know, rise and shine, sleepyhead, it's time for supper. Your boy's got to eat. He's got to have his supper. It just kind of fits. It kind of fits to me. Do you know what I mean? I could be wrong about this. You know, that's what theories are. They're just ideas. But it's a strong case, I think. You know, unless anyone can prove me wrong, again, down in the comments section, you know, give your thoughts about this. It's just something that's been on my mind for a while. And I hope you don't mind this reflection on my glasses. You know, it's hard to see my beautiful eyes, but we're almost at the end of this video now. So once again, if you're here still, good on you, sons. Right. Next, we have the fact that when Mia is captured in the gameplay demo, in the Lantern gameplay demo and what they showcased at TGS, which wasn't anything new as we've already discussed, it says you failed, blah blah blah. But they're not going to kill her, they're going to capture her. Is it the same for Ethan as well? If this theory is sound, they're not going to want to kill him. Now, the guy, Jack Baker, comes through that wall and he's battering you with his shovel, you know what I mean? Something that could go against this, you know, unless there's something else that I haven't seen or thought of, is the fact that when Jack Baker gets out of that car and he's covered in flames, he's walking towards you, it looks like he's about to hug you. Now, if someone hugs you and they're on fire, you're going to get on fire and you're going to be toasted and you're probably going to die, right? So if you're looking at it that way, it kind of doesn't make sense that, you know, they just want to capture you. But it's something that I thought of. Again, I'm bringing everything out here so that I can say it all and I can leave it for a month or two whenever the next information, the big information is released. But it's just something that I thought about. And now for the last theory. Are you ready, guys? It's a biggie. I'm going to get this down now just so you can see my beautiful eyes again, because this warrants my beautiful face and all of my glory, because this is a biggie, guys. This really is a biggie. Here we go. Don't say anything until I've explained it. What if we've played the ending of the game already, in the sense that the teaser demo is the ending of the game? This, I really know, guys, before you hit that dislike button, this I know is a fucking stretch, okay? But one of the things that made me think about this was the fact that Jack Baker in this demo is crispy. He's already been set alight. He's alive and well. He's walking about, and the other part of me that kind of wants this to be the end of the game. Again, maybe the end segments of the game, maybe not the actual end, but leading up to the end. I understand that this isn't going to be in the game, guys, but I don't buy that for a second. I think there's going to be some aspects of this demo in the game. You know what I mean? But anyway, I would like this to be the case, kind of, because it wouldn't be a patronizing end. The writer is smart. You look at Fear, you look especially at Spec Ops: The Line, like we've already discussed. He's a smart writer. And this would be a mind blow. You know what I mean? It would be a mind blow. I don't know how they pull it off. You know what I mean? I'm not a game creator or anything like that. I'm certainly not a talented writer like this guy is. But it would be a way to, like, not patronize you. Do you know what I mean? The bad guys win, or at least it's a stalemate. You know what I mean? They're still up and about. They're still fucking with people. And it would be like those films. You know what I mean? Again, the Japanese, they want to appeal to the Western market because that's where a lot of their money comes in. You know what I mean? So, you know, don't you just hate those films where everything is okay at the end? You know what I mean? Don't you like it when the bad guys win for once? You know? It's a bit depressing in some films, but at the same time it's like, well, that's different. You know what I mean? It's just something that I thought about, guys. Let me know what you think about this theory down in the comments down below as well. And we're done. Jesus. That was a lot to cover. Wow, we're at 26.5 minutes right now. If you've stuck to the end of this video, guys, once again, much love to you, alright, respect. There's just a lot that I needed to get off my chest here. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this video, I really have. If you have, give me a like, you know what I mean? I put a lot of fucking time into this, you know what I mean? I'm supposed to stream right now. I'm postponing a stream for you guys. That's a lot. But anyway, seriously, give it a like if you did enjoy it. If you didn't, then go fuck yourselves. Also, give it a share to your friends, family, and loved ones. And give me subscribe as well if you see any value to me. If I've missed anything here, be sure to point it out. But in terms of theory videos, I think I'm good now for another month or two, something like that, until something at least piques my interest. You never know when the next trailer is going to come. I hope it won't come for at least another couple of months, just because, you know, I think things should die down a bit. I don't want to be, you know, bombarded, personally speaking. I don't want to be bombarded with more information. I think we should let it rest a bit, and then when more information comes out, it just makes it all the while better, you know what I mean? So once again, guys, thank you very much for watching. My name's Danny, and I'm the 420p guy. Welcome to the family, son.